Well, last year when Brant Snedeker tapped in to win the Heritage Classic, there were some big doubts as to whether or not there would be another winner, another tournament in 2012. However, RBC came to the rescue in what is a growing portfolio of golf for them. They've added to the RBC Canadian Open as well as contracts they have with a number of the top players in the game. And it made sense for RBC from a number of different standpoints. Here's why they chose to save this historic tournament.
Welcome to the RBC Heritage. On the tee, please welcome Mr. Tommy Gainey.
The RBC Heritage, previously known as the Heritage Classic, was first played in 1969. Over its 40-plus years of history, it's always been played at Harbour Town golf links at the Sea Pines Resort on Hilton Head Island in South Carolina. It's a course designed by famed architect Pete Dye with assistance from Jack Nicklaus. It's always been a favorite stop for PGA Tour players because the course is challenging yet incredibly beautiful.
This is a great classic golf course, one of the older tour events that we've had around here. And, you know, I think all the players love this place. This is just a very family-oriented place on one of the gems that we still play out here. I mean, most of the time we're playing on courses that are very long and difficult. This one is just as difficult, but it's not that long, and it's you know, just shows you that good architecture in golf courses can go a long way.
This is one of my favorite events. You know, I've been playing here since 1994, and you know, it's just a wonderful place. You can bring family. You know, the golf course speaks for itself. You know, it's so highly regarded by the players.
All of us tour players were shocked when you'd think that maybe we could lose this tournament because everyone loved the play, loved the town, loved the golf course. It would have been a shame.
It was really, you know, at the last hour. You know, last year at this time in the tournament, they had no, you know, they had some leads, they had some corporations that they brought in and tried to show them how nice this event was. But you know, it got pretty close to the end of maybe losing this golf tournament.
The event had a sponsor for many decades up until 2011 when it was played without one. There was some concern during last year's event that the PGA Tour would close up shop at Hilton Head and move to a new location almost immediately.
It's amazing to think of, I mean, where we were, and people don't really realize how dire straits we were in too. We had no idea. You know, the Sunday after the event or the Monday after the event, we didn't know where we were going. I really thank the media as well as the players for saying the right things. The players stepped up, and it wasn't like, whatever, the event goes away, I'll play somewhere else. And all of a sudden it went from no's not an option to can's not an option, like, hey, we're going to get it done. And the players had a lot to do with it, you all as the media did too.
Fortunately, RBC stepped in and showed their interest in the tournament. However, it didn't happen overnight.
Very, very, very first proposal we ever sent out in the fall of 2009, prior to our previous sponsor leaving, was to RBC. So we've been engaged with them for a while. Last year during the tournament, we were entertaining 6-8 very strong candidates, and RBC stepped to the table, and you know, we're obviously very excited about it. We actually have spent more time with the senior leadership and level of RBC than we had with our previous sponsor over the last few years beforehand. And obviously they have their ambassadors, which is key, and you know, they have the love for the game. But you know, obviously you can see we're not laying out the red carpet treatment, but the blue carpet treatment.
For RBC, sponsoring golf makes good sense for their brand as they continue to build their name around the globe.
You know, the tournament was in trouble to some degree, and it's a wonderful tournament. And, you know, it would have been a real shame to lose this venue on the PGA Tour. Players love it. I think it's ranked number 2 in terms of popularity amongst the players, and it's got a lot of history. It's been played here for 44 years, and for it to have disappeared, I think would have been a real shame. So it's nice to be able to help out. You know, golf works for us, particularly outside of Canada. Our businesses outside of Canada tend to be wealth management, capital markets, custody businesses that the demographic of golf plays very well to. And one of the challenges we have outside of Canada is brand recognition. In Canada, everybody knows who RBC is. Outside of Canada, less so. So, you know, to that demographic, the exposure that we get from advertising and from, you know, the events that we're able to hold with our players and so forth has been very effective in terms of getting our brand a little better known outside of Canada.
Regardless of why RBC stepped in to sponsor this tournament, players recognize the bank's importance to the game of golf as a whole.
Royal Bank of Canada has been just doing great for the game of golf, sponsoring a lot of players, and then also the Canadian Open, and then to come in and save this was great.
Well, you get it from all the volunteers and all the people here, how appreciative they are that that RBC stepped in, because it's you know, they were in serious trouble there. They were going to lose the tournament, and it's been such a stalwart of the tour and favorite stop of the players and everybody, all the fans, everybody really enjoys this tournament. I think, you know, being the week after the Masters, everybody just enjoys this week of family time and, you know, it's such a beautiful spot. So I think it was big for RBC to step in here. I think, you know, being such a popular stop, I think it was a home run for both all the people around here and for RBC. I think they're getting great exposure too.
It has such a storied history on the PGA Tour. It's a player favorite, and Hilton Head's just a beautiful place to visit. So it's a great family-oriented spot. So you know, I'm happy that someone jumped in, but even more proud that it was RBC, being that I already represented them and already loved this golf tournament. So selfishly, it was a perfect fit for me, but I'm really hoping that it's a good fit for RBC, and they understand why the players have liked it for so many years. I'm hoping it's just as good for them.
You know, RBC obviously is doing some great things in golf with all the, you know, the two events, the Canadian Open in here, and a lot of the guys and some of the girls also on the LPGA Tour. So, you know, this is an event that, I mean, this is only my second time here, but a lot of guys would have hated to see go. So it's nice that RBC stepped in.
RBC has created an invaluable reputation for itself within the game of golf, and one that's creating a buzz that can be heard all over North America and into parts of Europe and Asia. But perhaps its most important impact can be felt at the local level. This is the biggest single sporting event in South Carolina and responsible for putting more than $50 million back into the local economy. And fans and volunteers such as Doc Holman, who's been working at the tournament for 26 years, are ever so thankful.
Well, I thought my 25th anniversary was going to be my last anniversary here, but thank God RBC came through, and we are so grateful. They stepped up in a big way. They have really become our friends real quick.